One, two, chickaboom chick, it's your old buddy Kevin here from Happy Beard Games, your source for classic gaming goodness. And today I want to talk to you about Nintendo Power. Yes, Nintendo Power. You've got the power. Nintendo Power. And not only just Nintendo Power, we're going to be looking at some of the bonus things that Nintendo Power used to give away for free in their magazine. Some of these came through subscription only, and we're going to be taking a look at what some of those gifts were. Particularly in this case, some of the trading cards. You know, one of the coolest things about video games is, learning about the games themselves. You know, the strategy, the hints, the cheat codes, how to know what to do in those video games. And sometimes it can be really challenging, especially in games like NES games and Super Nintendo and Game Boy games. And one place that would have all the information you need on a monthly basis back in the day, remember this is way before the internet was like it is now, no YouTube, we had to get the power. Nintendo Power, yeah! So here's a few issues of Nintendo Power that I've collected over the years. I actually used to have a much bigger collection, but it was all thrown away, sadly. So now Nintendo Power is a magazine directly from Nintendo. It's not a third-party thing. It's actually from Nintendo, unlike magazines today. So Nintendo Power was the source for all this information. And not only that, but they made it really, really fun. They presented it in a very fun fashion, which included things like really wacky advertisements, things like comic books, humor throughout, like the classic Nintendo humor, and just, they made it really fun. There's a lot of bright pictures and stuff, but in addition, what we're focusing on here today is the bonus content that they threw in with their magazines. One of the things people remember the most about Nintendo Power is almost every issue came with a poster that you could pull out and you could put up on your wall. And it would usually feature either a game that was coming out soon or a game that was popular soon. This one is actually two-sided. Some of them were. If you were a subscriber to Nintendo Power, and in my opinion that was the best way to get this magazine, you got a lot of bonus content that you wouldn't get if you just picked it up at the store. Which actually is a lot easier to get if you're a kid, if you just have it subscribed and shipped to your house. So in Nintendo Power, every time you resubscribed, you would get a free strategy guide, and later on you'd get something like a shirt, and in some cases, even a video game, like Zelda Collector's Edition. One of the cooler things that Nintendo Power gave out for free over the years was trading cards. Now some of these are exclusive, some of these are promotional items, such as this Killer Instinct trading card, which was just a promotional card. But some of these are exclusive to Nintendo Power, and they're more like cards that you pull out, like little cardboard ones, such as these Mario Kart 64 and Star Fox 64 cards. At one point in Nintendo Power, they actually had some Street Fighter Alpha 2 trading cards. In a similar fashion to those Mario Kart and Star Fox cards, these also feature some tips and tricks and information about each character from the cards of Street Fighter Alpha 2. Now to get to the point of this video, we're going to check out some of these Nintendo Power cards directly and in-depth. These cards specifically came from earlier issues, such as this issue which featured Pugsley's Scavenger Hunt and the first Star Fox comic. Yeah! Looking at the first page of this issue, issue number 45 of Nintendo Power magazine, you can see that there's a subscription page and a little sort of fold-out that helps you subscribe. You can mail it in to actually get the subscription, or you can call their number, which is what I usually did. When you subscribe to Nintendo Power, it's called the Super Power Club. So it makes you feel like it's not just a magazine subscription, it's an experience. You're part of a club. You're part of the cool Nintendo Club. And you get exclusive things, and some of these are detailed on this subscription card. Let's take a look at them. Of course, it starts out with your Nintendo Power subscription. Membership includes your monthly Nintendo Power magazine. Every month you'll get tips, strategies, full-color maps, and reviews for all three Nintendo systems. That would be NES, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy. Straight from the pros at Nintendo. I love that. Nintendo Power trading cards. Every month you'll get 6 Power trading cards. They feature stats and challenges from your favorite games. You could score a free game pack every month just by collecting the winning sets. Sadly, I was never able to collect a winning set, but I did collect many of the cards. So for the few months that they had these Power trading cards, where you got 6 each month, I collected a total of 17 over my lifespan of Nintendo Power, which isn't too much, but I've never really seen them being resold. Towards the back of this issue is where the cards were located. I've already taken them out way back in the day, but this is the Power Challenge trading card page, And it's a thicker material than the paper in the magazine. So that's good. But also, it tells you on the back information on how to win. You can win a contest to win one of 500 Super Nintendo game packs. Nintendo was giving away up to 500 Super NES game packs as prizes for collecting the winning combination of 3 power trading cards. You had to look in the Player's Pulse section of this issue to find the winning combination of the 3 power trading cards. If you like, you can trade cards with friends to obtain the winning combination, or hold the cards from this issue, combine them with cards from future issues for a chance to win. If you collected the winning combination of 3 power trading cards, send the following to Super Nintendo Power Club, and it shows their address. If you were able to obtain all 3 of those specific Nintendo Power cards, you can mail them to Redmond, Washington at Nintendo to get your prize. You also had to include your name, your address, your phone number, your club membership number if you have it. For some reason, you also had to answer another question. The question was kind of funny, actually. If Mario can stomp 20 Koopas in 2 minutes, how many can he stomp in 30 seconds? I guess it's a test to know that you're not just spamming them. Power Challenge trading cards can do more than increase your library of games. They can sharpen your playing skills. Look on the back of each card to find a Power Challenge for novice, intermediate, and pro level players. The Power Challenges are set by top gameplay counselors and the Nintendo Power staff. Go ahead, give them a try. They're a lot of fun. And they really are. So now let's take a look at some of these trading cards, the front and the back, and find out what kind of information these cards can give us towards the video games that they're based on. Some of these games I don't have yet, so I don't know too much information about those ones. But the ones that I have or have played, I can kind of understand what the challenges are in the back. One of these cards that I have the game from, and I've played it a lot, especially recently, is Batman. This is power card number 38. The description says, join the Cape Crusader as he does battle with the Clown Prince of Crime in this classic NES action title. With 3 different weapons and the ability to scale the walls, Batman has to complete 5 action-packed levels to reach his arch-nemesis, the Joker. There's also a challenge. Try to reach the first boss without punching or shooting and losing no more than... Novice mode is 2 lives, Intermediate is 1 life, Pro is 0 lives. The system is the NES, the gameplay type is Hero Action. Okay. Number of players is just 1, released in... February 1990, and the company was Sunsoft. So you have challenges on these cards that are actually a real challenge, and they feel like challenges given to you by other players. They don't feel like challenges that are set up in the game itself. These are challenges like on Batman's, try to reach the first boss without punching or shooting, which is basically, you can't attack any enemy. And also, you can't lose any lives if you want to complete this challenge as a novice, intermediate, or a pro. One other really cool thing about these cards is they're color-coded, which is really handy. They have purple for Game Boy, green for Super Nintendo, and red for NES. These cards also feature the cover art from the video games they're based on, which makes them look really cool. There's not too much else to say about these cards, but they're a fun thing to collect in Nintendo Power if you had the subscription. They're also fun to play the challenges even today. These Nintendo Power trading cards are a fun thing to collect. They're a great collector's item from the old school Nintendo Power magazine, and not only that, but they're a fun challenge if you attempt the challenges on the backs of the cards. These are really cool to have in my collection, and I haven't really seen too many people talk about them. I've heard a lot about Nintendo Power from other players and gamers online, but not so much about these players' cards. So if you have these in your collection, let me know what you think about them in the comment section below. Alright guys, that's about it for today's Happy Beard Games, Nostalgia Bits. And we checked out some trading cards that came included with older issues of Nintendo Power magazine. Alright guys, if you liked this video in any way, shape, or form, be sure to like it, comment, subscribe, and share this video. If you comment, I will definitely reply. Alright guys, thanks for watching Happy Beard Games once again, your source for classic gaming goodness. Until next time, Happy Beard Games, I'll see you then. Happy Beard Games, out!